Welcome back. So in case you've just joined us, this is Showbiz, and I mentioned earlier that I'll be chatting with journalist and choreographer Asha Tasha. Asha, hi.
Hi Moses, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm actually happy to be here.
Yes, so now let's get into it. So you are a choreographer.
Yes.
And you've been dancing for... How long have you been dancing?
I'll say since childhood.
Since childhood?
Yeah.
So it's inborn?
It's inborn, but then it's like, we get to groom it as we go.
You got to groom it, I think, after you grew up. Okay, so at what point did you become a professional choreographer? To a point where maybe even people started hiring you?
I would say 2017.
2017?
Yeah, when I was in college.
When you were in college. So from 2017 up to date?
I'm still doing it.
And you're still doing it. Yeah. Amazing, amazing. And what prompted you to join the choreography industry?
Well, for starters, I love to dance.
Okay.
And as time went on, in school, it's like one day, no, you don't have something for assignments, you need to type. You need money to keep going in school. And I got fed up of calling people back home. So I said, okay, if I can pitch in and do something for myself, let me do it. And this is when the dance came in, because it could pay, even 100 kwacha back in school was enough money to print out assignments to get something to eat. So I was like, okay, let me get into this, and I got the hang of it. Okay.
So now you mentioned that it's something that you got to groom after you obviously grew up and went to college. But who reintroduced you to dancing?
It's very funny. I wasn't like prepared to do anything that day. There's a guy, Shafin, called me and said, no, I need the number of people, and the late Jappy. He says, I need a number of people for such a music video. And I got in those people, but then they couldn't catch the choreo. But me, who was watching, I got it. And it's like, just join us because we need it. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. And it took time. They tried to convince me, and I finally did it. And that was my first music video, Peterson's Fuencola.
Oh, Peterson's, I remember. Nice, amazing. But so from 2017, from the time you started, how has it been? Has it been easy to penetrate, especially as a female in the industry?
I think that's one of the hardest things I've had to do. In a male-dominated area.
Because you're doing so fine.
It's been hard, okay? But I'm determined and I'm passionate. And I believe nobody's like me. There are better dancers. They are way below like less dancers, but there's nobody like me. And that's what I've been trying to use to penetrate in whatever space that I'm given. So for me, wherever I see a loophole, or there are other female dancers in the country, but I'm just trying to stand out of my sexuality, either female or male, but I just want to break through as a dancer and not really focus on what's around me.
Oh, nice. But let's talk about your music videos now. So you mentioned that you first featured in Peterson's Fuencola. So from the time you started up to date, how many videos have you featured in? And which artists are those?
Okay, I've worked with Junes, Chamsana, Cleo, Sensation, Roberto featuring Chandana K.
Fiance.
Yes. FJ, My Feelings.
It's a lot. That's quite a resume.
Michael Brown, and a few to mention.
And I believe you've also done some commercials, some commercial adverts.
I've done commercials for Trade Kings. I think almost 3 or 4 now.
Nice. And you were dancing in all of them?
Yeah. I was dancing.
Okay, nice. So now you have a dance class. Tell me about that. How is it going? When did you start the dance class, and how many members do you have? How do they subscribe?
Okay, so it's a dance class when we go to class, but it's an NGO.
Oh, it's just an NGO
called the Expressive Arts Foundation.
Okay.
Where we don't have a limited number of members because some go in and out. So the main focus there is to dance. We want to groom the arts. We want to distract people from the streets, focus their energy on something different that can build them, and also help out in daily lives. Our youngest member is like 10. He goes to school, and the group is sponsoring him. So whatever events we have, whatever gigs we get, we try and share the money among members that need support.
So, but how has that helped you as a dancer, as an entertainer?
So, I'm much of Afro, okay? And I have my team members who do animation, hip hop. It's helping me pick from different types of dances to also help build me. In as much as I'm teaching them, I'm also learning so much from the group at the end of the day.
Nice. Now let's move to you being you doing international collabos. I mean, doing international tours. How did that come about? I believe you've been traveling in different parts of Africa. Yeah, just tell us about that. How's that going?
So it's going great. Okay, at the point that I'm at right now, I'm really grateful for being here. It started with Yemi Alade. First we danced together on the Happy Apple advert. And then later on I did a dance cover to her song, and then she reposted it. So it's from there that people now started noticing, because for almost every dance that I do that has her song, I get to have it reposted on her page.
Was that your biggest breakthrough?
Yes.
In the dance industry?
Yes.
Nice.
For me, that was. Then I had people coming in now from different countries, and that's when I finally had my mentor also come through. His name is Mr. Tarisi Tinashe from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
He's like Zim's most influential man, and he's a millionaire. So
nice.
I started from there, and I've been moving from Zimbabwe to Ghana, back to Zambia, and I'll be heading to Botswana soon, just for cultural exchange, you know, and get to see how they get to work outside there. But so far, it's great. I can't complain.
Okay. So now tell me about some of the people that you've interacted with while you've been out there in the foreign countries. I think we've seen you with the likes of Tiwa Savage, we've seen you with the likes of Olakira, we've seen you with people like Japreza. Just tell us about that.
Meeting these people is surreal. You know, I don't take advantage of it. I don't take it for granted, rather. But on my recent visit to Ghana, I got to meet Tiwa Savage, as you see. I met Olakira, I met Sifa. And behind the scenes, I interacted with episodes and Mr. Drew, a number of them. And I also got to work with some local dancers from there. And I can tell you, say, yo, we need to pull up our socks.
We need to pull up our socks, eh?
What they're doing over there and what we're doing is like what we've been, like what they were doing maybe like 5-10 years backwards. 6 years ago. So it's like something dragging. But then again, we moved to Zimbabwe where we are almost at the same level, but they're also pushing more than we are. And it gets to open you up as you interact with
But why
people.
do you think they are good than us? Is it the consistency? Is it the exposure?
I would say the appreciation.
The appreciation, huh? People appreciate their own
Arts
people.
in our country is underrated. But then when you go to other countries,
outside,
it's like that's their life. And they go for it and they do the most. So if we could have, because their governments, even like their local business people are hands-on when it comes to arts. So if that could happen in Zambia as well, it could really push us.
Could push us to the next level, huh? Nice. But so how many countries do you intend to visit? You've already been to, is it 3 or 4?
3. Seeing that we're almost ending this year, I hope to cover at least 2 more countries before the end of this year.
Are you restricted to just African countries or even outside?
Even outside. If an opportunity came for me to travel outside the continent, I would go for it. But right now, because my main focus is Africa before I go out. So I'm trying to have 2 more. Then maybe we can start looking at outside
Africa. Okay, that's interesting. Now, let me take you back to the music videos. You said you featured in about more than 5 music videos. So how did that come about? How did these people actually poach you? Were you applying? Were you reaching out to them? Did they just actually get to see your work maybe through social media?
So for some, they saw me through social media. Others because maybe we danced together on a previous project. So they'd be like, oh no, you would suit to do this. So we'd meet and do something together.
Okay. So now tell me about some of the challenges you have encountered as a choreographer from the time you started. How has it been? Is it a rough road?
It's been hard, I won't lie. Okay. You only get one head to think and like plan certain stuff. And the fact that we are limited as dancers, I would say most of us Zambian dancers are limited because we do not have a particular type of dance other than the kopala. We have nothing to show for it. Like our friends in SA, you say, okay, they can do this, they do that. But
so we do not have signature dances.
We don't. And the other challenge is we have different sounds.
Oh yeah.
So for you to try and fuse in this dance in this sound, you find yourself repeating similar moves in like 5 different songs. And then that limits your creativity as a dancer. But with time, And I'm hoping with the traveling, this is a challenge I'm trying to like break, because at least I've seen what they're doing this side, what they're doing this side, and the different types of sounds, so I can play around different sounds at the moment. All right. So it's working for me.
Nice. But now looking at the fact that you're female and this is a male-dominated industry, have you been vulnerable to that? Looking at the fact that you're female, maybe people come in and maybe tend to threaten you or ask for certain favors, you have to maybe pay in kind in order to get something that you want. How has it been?
It's been disheartening, I would say. We have genuine people out there, and we have people who just want to act because they have the authority. Okay, and it's very sad. As a female, yes, somebody would come and say, okay, no, I have this and this, but just do this for me and I'll get you there. And you find these are big opportunities you can't reject. And you think, is it worth it? Okay, should I do this and I get this and I go there? What about the person that is looking up to me? Is it worth it for them to come and do the same thing? Because this is a trend you could break or just like drag along. So it's really hard, but with good people around you, we get moving.
Have you ever been threatened? Looking at the fact that you joined the industry at a time when we already had other dancers. I mean, dancers have already been there, and then from nowhere, they just see this girl who has emerged, She has emerged from just nowhere. Who is she? She's in the Yemi Alade videos. I mean, she's traveling the country. So have you ever been threatened, or have you ever been told maybe something bad, hurtful words or anything
like
that?
Not threatened as per se.
Yeah.
But then, if somebody wants to be in your shoes, there are very few that would applaud you.
Yeah, very
the rest
true.
to try and bring you down.
Especially if you're doing the same thing.
Exactly. So be like, no, she's not doing this right. No, she's overdone this. She's doing this. But it's not you in that place, okay? If you want to do it better than me, show me you can. Don't use your mouth. Show me your work.
Okay.
If people say, no, I can, maybe if she went to this place, I would have done this and this. You could have been there and you saw the challenges that are there, then you wouldn't have to say so much. So people would always talk bad. It's cheap talk.
Yeah. So from all your projects that you've done as Asha from the time you started out till date, which one stands out the most to say, okay, this was my biggest and I'll forever cherish it?
Me forming a group.
Forming a group. So it has nothing to do with meeting the Tiwa Savages, with the Yemis, traveling the world.
My team pushed me to a place where I could meet those people.
So if it wasn't for them,
I would be maybe laid low somewhere. But I do appreciate. And my other biggest accomplishment would be having an opportunity to travel in different countries and having somebody big in another country have your back no matter what happens.
So you're looking forward to being an international dancer and not just being restricted to
I am becoming an international dancer, and I hope Zambia will get to adjust to people like me or other arts that would want to go beyond Zambia because we need their support at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next for Natasha now, for Asha Tasha? Because now we're looking at you traveling the world. We're looking at all these collaborations that you're doing now with international artists and everything else. So what is next for you with the NGO? Do you intend maybe to build it more? Do you have maybe you want to start something new, a new company? Just tell us about that.
Okay, I won't dish out so much, but we have something interesting coming up. So on my part, you see me travel a lot and get to meet a lot of people. And then in the process, we would have a number of projects coming up. And I'm sure maybe by the next time you get to host me here, I won't be alone. I'll be with somebody that will also come and spill some more stuff about expressive arts and Asha Tasha and whoever it is that's going to be there.
Interesting. And before I let you go, let me play a little game with you. So you have your fellow dancers. So let me say you have Lisa here. Let's say maybe you're on an island. Let's take for example, I played this game with somebody a few weeks ago right here on set. So you're on an island and you're only supposed to save one person. So there is Lisa, there is Fasi, there is Otasi, and there is Chanda and Chekaina. You're only saving one person. Whom are you saving on that island and why? Okay, I'm saving two. One lady and one guy. So I'm only saving two people. So whom are you saving?
Okay. Yeah.
Lisa's like, please don't leave me. You know, Shekinah's like, please, we've been doing this together. You know?
Okay, based on my bond with everybody, I would be biased. I would say 2 ladies. I would say, of course, my young sister Shekinah, and I would go for Lisa because she's like somebody that has been pushing me so much. Yeah. Then I would also ask Lisa to drag Chanda along, then Chanda would drag the rest.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now moving on. Lastly, do you have any words of encouragement maybe to young people that look up to you, people that may be watching us right now? What advice would you give them? Just look into the camera and just give them that word of advice.
Okay. Whoever is watching us, do you, okay? Let nobody discourage you. There are people who are school smart. There are people who are street smart. But if you are good in a certain area, don't discourage your friend who's doing better in another area because you can't do that. If you have a passion for something, go for it. Because at the end of the day, it is you against what you want and the people around you. At the end of the day, you're going to build a brand for yourself. Different people come up, okay? It's not everybody that has gone to school that has made it in life. Again, it's not everybody that went out of school that has made it. So focus on what you can, build yourself, and don't give up on dreams because dreams do come true. I'm not standing here without a specific reason, but I'm here because I'm working towards my dream and my dream has brought me to this place. So don't give up.
All right. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me, Moses.
All right. So that was Asha Tasha, choreographer and journalist. We're still hosting her. As you heard, I mean, she's still traveling the world. So obviously next time it will be bigger and better. So I'm going to leave you with a video by Nalu titled Pene. From me, Moses, and the entire crew, it's goodbye.
I was so lonely every day, so many tears I had to cry. Bago bushiku waishile, nomba makumbi apita. Mona fea kasuba, baby. Umutima wa kwanina. Baby, we'll be together forever. I was so lonely every night, so many tears I had to cry. Bago bushiku waishile, nomba makumbi apita, baby. Mbona vea kasuba, umutima wa kwanina. gonna stay with you. Oh, baby. So iba si puede, I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna stay with you. Inali ongaziko, iliye tubaneo. Inali ongangimbo, iliye. Ninali onga ngimbo, iliye ngoma ne.